5 texting habits that prove you're dealing with a narcissist. A narcissist needs to maintain control over situations and ensure a continuous flow of attention or supply from you, even when they are not physically present. They achieve this by influencing and keeping you under their control, and one of the most effective methods they use is texting. When they can't control you face-to-face, they manipulate you through their texting habits, which is what we'll be exploring in this episode. Hi everyone. Today, we'll discuss 5 unusual and self-centered texting habits of a narcissist. But before we dive in, make sure to subscribe to this channel by clicking the subscribe button and turn on the bell icon for updates. If you're listening to this on a podcast platform, don't forget to follow and subscribe there as well. First habit. Narcissists text whenever they feel like it, completely disregarding your boundaries. It doesn't matter if you're asleep at work, with someone else, or in the middle of something important. Your schedule and priorities mean nothing to them. What matters is capturing and keeping your attention. This stems from their sense of entitlement, as they see you as something they own. For a narcissist, your focus must always be on them. They don't care about your personal life, your responsibilities, or even your basic needs. If your attention shifts away, they interpret it as betrayal or disloyalty. This constant demand keeps you tethered to your phone, feeling anxious and hypervigilant, unsure of when they'll reach out and expecting an immediate response when they do. In the beginning, their texting feels intense. Messages come non-stop, day and night. It might seem like they're deeply interested in you, but the truth is, they're feeding their need for control. This intense communication draws you into their trap, and once you're emotionally hooked, they begin to pull away. As their interest wanes, the dynamic shifts. They've already altered your nervous system with their constant need for attention, leaving you anxious, stressed, and craving their validation. Now you're left alone to deal with the emotional chaos they created. Their texting habits aren't just about communication. They manipulate your emotions and even impact your biochemistry to maintain control. Habit number 2. A narcissist often spends time glued to their phone, engaging with others, even when they are physically present with you. They appear absorbed in conversations with other sources of attention, treating you as if you're invisible. Alternatively, they might stay online, fully aware that you're waiting for a response, yet deliberately choose not to reply. This calculated behavior makes you feel ignored, and the sting of that neglect can deeply erode your self-esteem. This indifference is intentional. It reveals that the narcissist doesn't view you as a significant part of their life in the way you see them. Your presence and feelings hold little value to them. They've already trapped you emotionally, secured your attention and loyalty, so they no longer feel the need to put in effort. For them, the deal is done. By ignoring you and creating a dynamic of neglect, they manipulate you into seeking their validation. You start to question yourself. What did I do wrong? Why are they treating me this way? Should I change something about myself to fix this ? These thoughts drive you into a cycle of self-blame, rationalizing their behavior and yearning for the person they seemed to be at the beginning of the relationship. This emotional turmoil is precisely what they aim to create, ensuring you remain hooked and continually seeking their approval. Number 3. Sexting. Sexting is another distinctive texting habit of a narcissist. While consensual sexting can be a normal aspect of a healthy relationship, for a narcissist, it becomes a tool of control and exploitation. Very early in the relationship, often right after initial contact, they'll initiate provocative conversations or send explicit images, expecting you to reciprocate. They don't take the time to understand your comfort level or boundaries. Their focus is entirely on satisfying their own desires. This behavior is part of their strategy to degrade and manipulate you. You might participate in the sexting, sharing intimate pictures or messages, but later, when they begin to devalue and belittle you, those moments become a source of deep shame and regret. You may find yourself feeling humiliated, questioning why you allowed yourself to engage in such behavior, and blaming yourself for not recognizing their intentions sooner. It's important to understand that this pattern isn't unique to you. They repeat it with multiple people. Narcissists collect explicit content as if it were a game, moving from one person to the next, using them for gratification, and then discarding them until they need something again. They exploit trust and intimacy for their own gain, leaving their victims to deal with the emotional aftermath. Number 4. Late-night conversations. At certain times, often during the devaluation stage, a narcissist will reach out to have a witty, engaging, and seemingly heartfelt conversation with you. These interactions feel special, as though they truly see and connect with you. You might feel valued and fulfilled in those moments. However, this behavior is rarely genuine. It's typically driven by an ulterior motive. Perhaps they're in a good mood, need something from you, or want to stop you from leaving. These interactions are calculated breadcrumbs designed to keep you hooked. While the conversation may feel unique and meaningful, it's fleeting. They might never repeat such a moment again, or only revisit it much later when they need something and know it won't come easily. The warmth and connection you feel are part of their manipulation. They give just enough to keep you craving more. What this ultimately does is strengthen the emotional grip they have on you. These rare moments of connection create confusion and reinforce your emotional dependency. You begin questioning your perception, thinking, *, maybe they aren't as bad as I thought. If they can have such a meaningful conversation with me, perhaps they truly care *, but the truth is, it's not about you. It's always about how they feel and what they want. Once they achieve their goal, the warmth vanishes, leaving you yearning for the connection you felt and trapped in a cycle of emotional confusion and longing. Number 5. The bait and abandon tactic. A narcissist often hooks you with a brief, seemingly casual text that lacks substance, like a simple good morning. When you respond quickly, hoping for a meaningful conversation, they disappear, leaving you hanging. This behavior isn't accidental. It's deliberate. They press emotional buttons, gauge your reaction to ensure they still have control over your emotions, and then vanish, taking a twisted pleasure in your frustration and confusion. This push and pull dynamic is deeply disorienting. It creates a constant state of uncertainty. You're left questioning your place in the relationship and their intentions. Just when you start to think they've lost interest, they'll reappear with another breadcrumb, like a hi or hello, reigniting your hope that things might improve. But the cycle repeats as they drop you once more, leaving you feeling abandoned and desperate for clarity. This pattern continues endlessly, leaving you emotionally drained and unsure of how to navigate their behavior. Over time, it wears you down, leaving you feeling like a shadow of yourself. It's a calculated game to keep you on edge, under their control, and craving their attention, no matter how minimal or fleeting it may be. That wraps up this episode. What unusual texting habits have you encountered when dealing with narcissists? Share your experiences in the comments below. I'd love to hear your stories. Until next time, take care of yourself and let the healing journey begin.